Okay, so I'm kind of glad I did a second cut because it wasn't like completely unorganized, but I did that the one like most of the little hiccups I make, like, oh, I stutter here, that annoys me, but not as much as I'm going over a book and I forget to show the artwork. Because artwork is a lot for a book, and you can't really judge a book's inner artwork with the cover. Sometimes it's a whole different um, cover artist. So today's video is going to be named Comic Haul, not a birthday haul. Because while today is my birthday, I don't have all the books in today that I wanted to show off for part one. So what happened was I had gotten volumes 1 and 2. I thought I had volumes 1 and 2 of a series. Come to find out last night when I opened all the books, I get to open up a day early because everyone's gone today. Well, not everyone, but some people are gonna be going. So my sister and her boyfriend are going to Nashville for the weekend, and they won't be here. So I got to do birthday celebration day early, which I wasn't complaining. But anyways, so I found out last night that volume 1 of a 2-volume series. I got volume 2. Did not get volume 1. Come to find out last night. Oh, we give you a refund for that book, and sorry, it's out of stock. Sorry. I was like, you couldn't have told me that. And so it's weird. It was in stock too. It's very fishy. I swear to God, it was in stock. And it wasn't one of those things where like I took a long time to buy it. Between me asking my parents if I could get the books and me ordering the books, that was like 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, it went away. But it was the Amazon's price wasn't too far off from the price of the book itself, from the third-party seller. So I bought it, and now it's coming in tomorrow. And it's the last book I have to wait on for my parents, like the big shit, the big the big comic haul. And then part 2 will be sister, her and her boyfriend, they chip in together. Then aunts and uncles and all that, cousins. And that I'll probably bring all the books with my cousin tomorrow, because if all goes well, live stream tomorrow. I'm so excited. Honestly, between you and me, it's the thing I'm most excited for this weekend. I had a whole weekend planned with the comic book store today, with the movies last night to see Guardians. I'll be doing a review for that tomorrow. I'll start with a spoiler, I'll start with non-spoiler review, and then if you guys want me to do it, I can talk spoilers. But I don't want to spoil it for anybody, although. Anyways, so that, then that's pretty much it. All I have to say with comic stores. So today, I was going to go into 2 comic stores, Newbury Comics, and then a new comic store called Little Giant Comics. Long story short, Little Giant Comics is not opening until June 10th. So, But that was okay because I spent all my money on Newbury Comics. I would have had to make a sacrifice there anyways, So the first one up is probably going to be a bit of deja vu for some of you guys who have seen me review this comic before. And that is Paul is Dead When the Beatles Lost McCartney. Now, the one exception I had to this book is a library book, and I was like, if blank happens, then I will buy it. And it did happen, because I got this book at a discount for $9.99. The same price that I paid for the other Paolo Baron and Ernesto Carbonetti Image comic book, which is also a music biopic historical fiction book. It was Jim Lives, about Jim Morrison. Now this one is Paul is Dead. It's written by Paolo Baron with artwork done by Ernesto Carbonetti. Before I forget, I'll be showing off the artwork. This is an OGN, by the way, so it's it doesn't cause any issues. It's all in one. Now this book I really, really enjoyed. It's when I read previously, and it was very interesting. Now this book I'm not gonna go over what every single book is, because some of them I do like going in blind. I kind of just went over artwork. It's like, oh, that's cool. The author, series, one of those things. So I'm not gonna go over the story for every single book. But this one is, maybe it's like a quick, what the genre is. I'll go with the artwork, so you can judge for yourself. But this book is a alternate history version, or fiction, or a historical version of the Paul McCartney conspiracy theory that he died back in, 1960? He died back in November 1966 in London. And the Paul McCartney we got after that was either a clone or a lookalike. which is very interesting conspiracy theory for me, to me. I've always been kind of interested in those conspiracy theories. A big interest of mine has always been the Mandela effect. I have a couple of them. One of them is with SpongeBob. There's an episode where Patrick takes an embarrassing snapshot of SpongeBob at that Christmas party. I swear to God we saw it. There was an airing that we saw what the actual photo was. And I can't remember exactly what it was. It had been told. I swear to God we saw it, you know. That's the only one I can like think of. Of course, like Looney Tunes, I always knew was TOTUNES or whatever. Actually, whatever. No, it's TOONS, or is it TUN? See, now I just said it myself. But no, whatever it is now, it was kind of like, yeah. The one I will not understand is Curious George having a tail. He never had a tail. It's one of those things that like even like I grew up with the books, I grew up with the TV show, the movies, and even I was like, no, he doesn't have a tail. Maybe because I saw it so damn often, but no. And I'm younger than most people that go over Mandela effects. I wouldn't say that. It's kind of a weird thing to say. Anyway, so Paul McCartney. It's a historical. It's a historical fiction book. I highly recommend to any Beatles fans. Honestly, you probably already put it in your buying list, on your Amazon list or your comic list. I did go to Newbury Comics, so they could have a copy. It's a nice find too. I almost didn't get it because I was like, I get it's at a library, but I was like, yeah, why not? This next one, oh, and also another thing is that it is a smaller size book, so you can see part of this book. Yeah, I would say this is like 6 inches, and then this is like 7 inches. Now, this book is normal size for Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, but this is a bit smaller. But anyways, next one up is Shirtless Bear Fighter 2 by Jody Lehoop, and then with artwork done by Neil Vendrell. I'll go over the artwork. This one collects all 7 issues of this mini-series. Now, this is of the Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, that is. Now, this one is a nice... I'm really glad I got this book when I did, because number one, it was one of those books I couldn't get. I was going to get it myself. Not myself. I was going to get it from someone else, like my birthday, but I ended up changing it, so got it myself. So this is what I want to show. So you see how thick this book is for 7 issues? It's $20. This is exactly the size I expected to be. I expected Seven Sons to come in as, and Seven Sons was March's comic haul, and I showed that off, and I was very disappointed. I was like, for 7 issues, it's so small, and they had like the weirdest kind of like paper quality too. It was like really wavy, especially towards the end. Like I'd flip through it, and as I was getting to the end of the book, it'd be like almost like water damage. Like it was more apparent at the end than it was in the beginning. And a part of me still to this day says that's water damage. It's not. It can't be, because like how would it get inside the book and not outside the book at all? You know, it's like that one spot, and it's a bit convoluted, so to speak. But anyway, so this is the size I expected it to be, because they're both 7 issues. Seven Sons was 7 issues. This is also 7 issues, so weird. But whatever the case, Shirtless Bear Fighter 2. Glad I got it too, because I had volume 1. Yes, I got volume 1 at like $8. Ugh. For like $8. Come on. Discounted at Newbury Comics, ironically enough, but Shirtless Bear Fighter 2 was newer. And now I have all Joy Lehoop's books. Now, that's another thing I wanted to mention. Now I'll mention it. Actually, wait, no, there's one exception. Never mind. Here's the, I'll do over the exception right now. So, for the most part, there's 2 exceptions. For the most part, with what I got, it was all that author's work. They just did one book for Image Comics, or it's just that one series. Or it's that all the issues of that series. Now, the one exception to that rule, for the first part at least, is Savior by Todd McFarlane. This is my only Todd McFarlane book that I have. Why is that, you ask? Well, Spawn, there's 700 issues. I swear to God, it probably is 700 issues. There's several spin-offs, several miniseries spin-offs, several spin-offs that are ongoing spin-offs. And what's so funny is that King Spawn is so far behind. So what will happen for Image Comics to get all 5 issues of the trade comes out. Issue 6 will not come out until like a month or 2 later. That's not the case for King Spawn. King Spawn has 6 issues. They're 6 issues behind. They're 1 volume behind when the trade came out. So Spawn for me is something that I would have to really, really like. I would have to probably put entire birthday comic, birthday money's worth of to get all that series. And I'm not too keen on doing that. I don't want to get all of one series for my birthday. You know, that's kind of like hell. For Rick Remender, I was kind of annoyed with, not really, but kind of annoyed with that because there was a lot of Rick Remender. I don't even have everything by Rick Remender, and that was like what, like 75% of my comic haul last year for my birthday. So even with that, that's a lot, you know. And Spawn is 300 issues. Yes, 4 of them are in really nice compendiums, but and even then, like in between those 200 issues that are in the compendium, they had spin-offs, they had miniseries, they had things you kind of had to read. I remember reading the first compendium of Spawn in my local library. They constantly were saying, read this miniseries, read this 4-issue miniseries, know what's going on with that guy. Oh, this happened here in this spin-off. It's like an event. Spawn is like it's all the worst parts of an event comic. But the comic is really good, and you want to keep reading it. So, and yeah, I could just read Spawn, and I could just shut off or just tell my completely self to shut up and just get Spawn. But even then, it breaks my rule of, well, they said this happened here, and it seems like I need to read that to know what's going on now. Not officially, but still. But tangent over. This is Savior collecting all 6 issues with 40 extra pages. 40 extra pages free. Same low price. $14.99, but I only paid $10. It's the first time I saw this book too. I like how this looks like one of those Pretty's World comic books. Like I honestly had to flip through the book myself to make sure it was an actual comic. Artwork is really damn good. I love this kind of artwork. There's a Joker Harley Criminal Sanity one. That is probably one of my favorite, comics in the last few years too. But like one of my favorite artists, not my favorite artist. I don't know who the artist is, but like that kind of artwork I really love. And it doesn't always have to be like that, but you know, I don't mind more cartoony artwork like a shirtless bear fighter. But I like that realistic artwork too. But anyways, the Savior. This is kind of like the Last Man on Earth kind of thing. And what was the catch? What the most dangerous man on Earth was also the one trying to do the most good. Not Last Man on Earth. I take that back. It was a mysterious man. That's right too. Like no background, no memory, one of those kinds of things. So never mind. No, he has no memory. Not it's amnesia. Not Last Man on Earth. Now I swear to God, it said it was like 1 through. Oh my God, it's so small. 1 through 8 or 1 through 6. I can't. I was gonna grab my phone. I'm filming on here. Looks like it's 1 through 8. I'm gonna take 1 through 8 or 1 through 6. We'll look at that after. And I showed you guys the artwork. All right. The next one is Siphon Volume 1 by. Oh, sorry, I did the artwork for Savior. Sorry. Brian Holgun does the artwork, and Clayton Crane, right? Sorry, written by Todd McFarlane, and Brian Holgun, and then the cover story art is done by Clayton Crane. Clayton Crane does all the artworks. But yeah, Brian Holgun, I didn't realize it was co-authored. Now the other one he did for Image was called Haunt. 1 volume is out of print, and I kind of can't bring myself to get volume. I think it was like volume 4 and 5. And it's actually written by Joe Casey. But I think volume 3 is also it's Robert Kirkman and Todd McFarlane who did the first 3 volumes, and Joe Casey is the final 3. I think even volume 3, which is still Robert Kirkman and Todd McFarlane, I think that is still out of print. I could be wrong though. But anyways, now back on the Siphon. So Siphon Volume 1, written by. It's created by Kindle. Notification on my phone. iPad. Created by Motion Astra. So I'm filming on my phone, but I'm using my iPad as a stand. I don't have it. As a makeshift stand. I don't have a stand for my phone case. I know. I could have gotten that a long time ago. I could have done so much of thinking comics, but I don't care. I'm a comics hunting fiend. I probably will stop after a while though. Definitely for this month. This is it's gonna be the last comic haul, and then of course I'll get your birthday haul, but that'll be it. So it's like 3 videos, like 2 separate purchases if you count birthday as one and comic haul as the other. Anyways, Siphon Volume 1, story by Motion Ashraf, but it's written by Patrick Meany and Mohsen Ashraf. Art is done by Jeff Edwards. And I'm not gonna do colors, letters, edited, and I'm just gonna go over the first three. And but it's co-author, I'll go with the co-authored it. Now this one kind of annoys me because it's only 3 issues long, and there's a bunch of back matter. Now there's 2 other books that are 3-issue miniseries that I got for my birthday. So I'm like, well, if I did that already, what's the point in not getting this book? And it was on sale too. So this is all back matter. This is all story. Yeah, I only paid $8.99, so I was like, what the hell? Why the hell not? I was like, what the hell? Next one up is Gunning for Hits, music thriller. By Jeff Rugby and artwork by Mortat. Just after I saw, art by Mortat. It's just Mortat. No last name, no first name, well, last name, but you know what I mean. But when I saw, it was after I saw Paul McCartney book, I was like, why the hell not? A comic, music comic. Crime book, though. Crime thriller. Go over what it's about. So it's like a record company head. He's a nice little singer. Punk rock band. So it's the guy comes in, he starts in trouble, and gotta get the guy away to save his reputation. It's one of those kinds of books. Sounds interesting. And this next one I was so happy to find. I really had to look for these books. I have to make a choice. It was by Image Comics. I know I do all in publisher. It's kind of weird, but that's the way I am. Now this next one I did not think I would find, because when I was looking for it the first time, I didn't see any new books, any of them. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? It's before I even saw a shirtless bear fighter. But I finally did find Hauntology by Jeremy Huan. Now, Jeremy Huan is an exceptional writer. He wrote The Beauty. He wrote The Beauty, and I love that comic. That was the first volume I read, and I loved it, and I bought all 6 volumes. It's a very good purchase, honestly. And then he did another Image comic series called Hauntology. And it is, I think, all written by the same guy, but it's all this table of contents. So it's an anthology, Hauntology anthology. But I believe it's all written by the same guy. So, oh my god, what this was just like a book. No. Oh, okay. I almost just did that. I was like, guys, so this is what happened. Ready? So I'm like, okay, this is a forward, alright? So this ends, and I was turn the page. Oh no! Some of it is an actual book itself. But then you get, like, artwork here. And flipping through it, yeah, it's still a comic book. It's kind of like that, ironically enough, it's kind of like that book I got for Christmas. The Comic Haul after Christmas, but it's still in the month of December. It was, Notes on a Life. It was that, what was it called? I have it right there, but I can't see it from here. It was that book that I got. It was something like Notes on a Life. It was like that Italian immigrant book, and a lot of that was artwork on the side, but it was like script. But this is different. But it's about the same kind of thing. So yeah, ironically enough, it's similar. Shared similarity. And there are some more similarities to come when I finally do the comic haul. Next up, we have Creep Show Volume 1, a book that took me a long time to finally it took me a long time to actually buy. For the longest time, I actually kind of forgot about it for the longest time, and I was like, I don't like the ones that are movie first, comic after, and I don't know. But I decided, why the hell not get it, and I'll probably watch the movie now. I will watch the movie now. Now, this is Creep Show Volume 1, so I bet you guys any money I waited so long that issue, whatever the hell was after, I think it's 5 issues. Did I show the artwork for? Oh, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I had to have, because I was telling you guys, hey, what's going on here, So I'll show the artwork right now. It's done by several people. So you got Chris Burnham. I'm just going to go over writers. Paul Dini and Stephen Langford. David Lapham and Maria Lapham, Steve Fox, L. Marlo Franciacolata, Ariel Castagnana, I'm saying I can't pronounce her names, Kyle Starks, Henry Barajas, Pajamas, Steve Orlando, and Clay McLeod Chapman. The final two, who are actually, I think are doing, they have Marvel ongoings going on right now. I think Clay is doing a Carnage book. Did he? No, he didn't pick that. He didn't pick that up after Rom V, because Rom V's run, I guess, already ended. I think he did like a one shot or something. He did something for Carnage. I know that much. Yes, Creep Show. I'll show the artwork. I'll do like a kind of like an exception here. I'll flip, show, flip, show, because it is all different artists too. Flip, show, but it's not gonna be every story. Flip, show. Hell, I probably just did two of the same thing. I believe it. This kind of has to. I feel like this has to be the Kyle Starks story. Yep, I think it is. No, it's not actually. Same thing. It's the. This is the Clay McLeod Chapman book, the last one in here. Yeah, this in the back. I like this, but this is like a bunch of. Like this is Skybound, right? Should be Skybound. And this collects 1 through 5 of Creepshow. They didn't go over this collected today. Well, that was Anthology. So Anthology didn't collect anything. Greatest Hits, I don't think collected anything. No, it did. Greatest Hits was 1 through 6. I'll go over it after. How about that? How'd that go? It's Cash Me Outside. They have it said gonna Cash Me Outside, girl. How about that? That's how they say it. That's how she said it. But that's how it's written too. And finally, New Masters by Shobo and Shoff. But what's the first name? Book so it's Shobo Coker and Shof Coker. Oh, so brothers, lovers, husband and wife, whatever the hell. It's like the same last name. Now this is the book that I saw for the longest time on Amazon. I guess it's 1 through 6, right? Wow, Nick Dragoda, who did the artwork for East of West, said this book was good. It's the first time I've seen him recommend a book. So he's pretty good. It said 1 through 6, right? Yep, 1 through 6. Awesome. So 1 through 6 for that. That, as I say, is that 8 books, right? Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8. 8 more books. And there's a hell of a lot more to come where that came from. So much so that I probably the next Comic Call next month, late next month, probably. And I'll probably make up for it. I'm gonna be saving up. Oh my god, I could. You know what? It's probably good. I wouldn't be able to spend it all. But what I'll probably do for it in June is get what I couldn't get. Because believe you me, there's a series that I did not get for my birthday that I kind of do want. And it'll probably be next big purchase kind of thing. But I can wait. But I want to get at least some books for Bang Joon-ho. I want to get at least 1 book per month. I don't think that's a whole lot to ask. 1 comic book per month. And 1 trade, I mean. And I don't think that's a whole lot to ask for. Spoilers. No floppies. Unless there's a surprise from someone. Like, oh, I found this comic book for you. It's a floppy, but they're all trades. You should be able to sell trades. Now I'm gonna go over all these again. I'm not gonna show the artwork. Now I'll do it again. All right. So Paul is dead. I'm not gonna go over who did the. Come on. I'm not gonna go over who did the because I did that already. The artist, author, all that junk. Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, collecting 1 through 7 of that 7-issue miniseries. Here's the artwork. This is kind of like a speed round, just in case I forgot anything. Savior, we're saying 1 through 8. I'll look it up after, so... I know those guys can leave. I already saw this can leave now if you want. Because I'm going to... Siphon Volume 1. Collecting 1 through 3 of that 3-issue miniseries. Now, I always say, like, oh, how can you tell a story in 3 issues? Because a comic that I really love from Image Comics called Mayhem. Oh, this is Greatest Hits music thriller. There's this book called Mayhem. It's from a singer. Oh, what is his name? I can't remember, but it's pretty good. And this is 1 through 6. It's hidden from the price tag. Hid what issues it collected. So yeah, 1 through 6. Hauntology is a anthology. It's written by Jeremy Huan. Oh, no, I said too. I wasn't going to overwrote it. So Hauntology. It's an anthology book. missed opportunity, because his name is Jeremy Huon. Missed opportunity to do Huon mythology, you know? It's a dumb little pun, but I mean, you really don't expect that anybody at Image Comics came out with that? No. There's at least 10 other people who came up with that joke. Creep Show, collecting all 5 issues of that miniseries. I'll only be doing it for this book, for this story, because it's like with Hauntology, there's several stories in that book. And then New Masters, was collecting 1 through 6 of New Masters, or as I like to call them, New Bastards. Ha ha ha. Get it because it rhymes. All right. So, and also Shirtless Bear Fighter, Hauntology. I think that was it. It was the only 2 I paid. I had to get. I got full price, right? No, there's one more. Right? Yes. I also paid. So it's Hauntology. Hauntology, Shirtless Bear Fighter. No, is that it? Oh, and Creep Show. So Creep Show, Hauntology, and Shirtless Bear Fighter were full price. The rest were all discounted. All right, so I'm gonna look up that Savior book, just so we know what issues it collects. So, Savior Image Comics. Nice. My Wi-Fi is gonna be wicked slow now. All right, let's. Oh, that's why I was off Wi-Fi. Because my laptop was like, hey, we thought you might want to be off the Wi-Fi. I was like, no, I don't want to be off the Wi-Fi. 8 issues. I was right the first time. So yeah, 8 issues for Savior. That, as they say, is that. Next video will be hopefully be part 1. I think right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload it right now, and I'm gonna see how it goes. Because again, I have all but 1 book. 1 book has not come in yet. That's it. And for me to be like, cause I'm thinking of doing like, so let's say this is volume 2 of the series. I'll show volume 2, but before that I'll be like, oh, here's volume 1 of New Masters. I didn't get that yet, but here's volume 2, and volume 2 collects 5 through 10. But then volume 1 collects 1 through 4, you know, I'll do that, you know. See, and it's all written by Shobo. And then artwork by Shoff, you know. So I just feel no reason. I feel like there's no real reason not to do that, just because 1 book hasn't come in. But also, if I'm gonna upload that video tomorrow, why not wait till tomorrow? You know. All right, this is 30 minutes long. I only went over 8 books, but that, as I say, is that. I'm gonna try this right now. There's like a little thing right there. There's on the side of your recording. I thought that'd be what makes it come as a thumbnail. Because I don't control what I get for thumbnails. I just choose the best out of the 3. That's it.